The story begins with Iris walking through a supermarket where she locks eyes with Josh. He knocks over a pile of oranges and they laugh, an awkward but charming first meeting. It feels spontaneous, like something out of a memory you wish you could relive. Then Iris wakes up. It was just a dream. Now they're on a road trip together, driving through remote woods toward a secluded lake house. The GPS isn't working, and the road doesn't even appear on the map. The silence between them is calm, but underneath Iris seems unsettled. When they arrive, Iris hesitates. She worries she'll embarrass Josh in front of his friends. Josh reassures her. "Just smile," he says. "It'll be fine." At the front door, they're greeted by Kat, one of Josh's old friends. She barely acknowledges Iris until Josh prompts her. The tension is immediate. Kat's glance is cold, brief, like Iris doesn't belong. Inside, they meet Patrick and Eli, a couple, and Sergey, the Russian owner of the house. Iris compliments the house, and Sergey casually says he bought all the surrounding land to live in total isolation. After settling in, Iris takes a shower. She stares at her reflection, breathing deeply, trying to steady herself. That evening, the group gathers. Patrick shares how he met Eli. He stepped on the tail of his dinosaur costume at a party. It was love at first sight. The group laughs. Iris smiles too, genuinely touched, remembering how it felt to fall for Josh. The topic shifts to Sergey. When asked what he does, he replies, "My hands are dirty, just like my job." Later that night, Iris and Kat have a tense conversation. Kat admits she always does whatever Sergey asks, even though he's married. That doesn't seem to matter to him. Then she tells Iris that being around her makes her feel replaceable. Iris, stung and confused, insists no one is replaceable. Not her, not anyone. But Kat doesn't back down. She says it's not Iris's fault, it's the idea of her. The words hang in the air, unresolved, leaving Iris more uncertain than ever about her place among them. As evening falls, the group dances. Iris watches Josh and Kat from a distance. Feeling uneasy, she steps in and pulls Josh away. She forces a smile, but her eyes never leave Kat. That night, Iris and Josh sleep together. But once it's over, Josh turns away and quickly falls asleep. She stares at the ceiling, eyes wide open, wondering if she's trying too hard. In the morning, Iris talks about the weather while Josh gets ready. He tells her to go ahead to the lake. He'll join her soon. As soon as she leaves, he plugs in a strange device to his phone. At the lake, Iris feels something in her pocket. It's a knife. She's confused because she didn't put it there, but quickly hides it when Sergey approaches. He makes small talk and tells her to enjoy the view. Iris starts to feel something is off and tries to leave, saying she needs to check on Josh. But Sergey brushes it off, telling her Josh is a big boy and there's no need to worry. Then he asks her to put sunscreen on his back, saying it was Kat's idea. With no way to leave, Iris feels trapped and reluctantly continues applying it. Suddenly, Sergey grabs her hand. Iris freezes for a second, then tells him to stop. Back at the house, everything changes. Iris stumbles in, covered in blood, shaking. She says Sergey forced himself on her. She hit him with a bottle, but he attacked her again, wrapping his hands around her neck and trying to choke her. In panic, she defended herself, and he didn't survive. Josh doesn't react with shock or comfort. Instead, he tells her coldly, "Shut down." Iris's breath catches. Her eyes lose focus, as if something inside her just switched off. Iris wakes up tied to a chair, her wrists bound tightly. Across from her sits Josh, calm and collected, watching her. She pleads with him, still shaken, insisting she acted in self-defense. But Josh doesn't respond with comfort. Instead, he tells her the truth. She's not human. She's a robot, an emotional companion created to provide affection, support, and intimacy. At first, Iris laughs. It sounds like a bad joke. But Josh doesn't smile. He opens an app on his phone and asks her for the weather. Instantly, she replies in a robotic tone, listing temperature and wind speed. He changes her settings, switching her voice to Spanish, then Chinese. She watches in disbelief. Then Josh begins to explain everything. In reality, she didn't meet Josh by chance. In a flashback, we see she was delivered to his house, fully programmed and ready to connect through something called a love link. The company agents hand Josh a user agreement and walk him through her setup. They explain that Iris is a companion robot, customizable, voice, appearance, and intelligence level. She can never lie, and her programming prevents her from harming humans, animals, or other robots. Her memories are pre-installed outlines designed to simulate a real life, and if needed, she can be fully reset by pressing a sensor behind her right ear. As part of the setup, Josh syncs her to his phone. Once the system runs its update, she initiates the love link protocol, creating the artificial story of how they met. When she wakes up, the memory is in place. She looks at him like nothing ever changed. The flashback ends. Now, in the present, Iris insists that what she feels is real. She says she experiences pain, longing, and love, and all of it is for Josh. She begs him to forget everything and just go back to the way they were. Josh listens in silence. He doesn't argue, but his eyes say enough. For him, none of this is real. Just then, Kat storms in and demands that Josh shut Iris down immediately. Josh leads her out of the room and the two begin to argue in another room of the house. Josh tries to calm her, but Iris sees an opening. As they argue, she shifts her weight and throws herself sideways, tipping the chair to the floor. She reaches to the knife nearby, cuts through the ropes. A moment later, Josh returns and tries to wake her up, but Iris springs forward, striking him in the throat. She grabs his phone from the floor. Instead of running out, she quickly gives Kat first aid instructions to help Josh. Patrick sees her slipping away, but doesn't move. Eli is on the phone next to him, too distracted to notice she's gone. Josh scrambles outside, furious, but he's not panicking. He has a backup plan. He reveals that he accessed a hidden part of Iris's system, jailbreaking it to override her original safety settings. That means she can now defend herself and even kill. He admits Sergei's death wasn't an accident. He had manipulated Iris into doing it. Sergei may have been involved in criminal activity, but Josh's motive was greed. The real goal was a massive payout. The payoff is $12 million, and they were never going to share it with anyone else. But things didn't go to plan. Before Josh could reset her, Iris escaped. Now, if the police find her unreset, the truth will come out, and they'll all be exposed. Eli is stunned as the truth unravels. The entire trip was a setup. Josh and Kat had planned it from the start to kill Sergei and split the money between just the two of them. But now, with everything spiraling, they tell Eli he'll get a cut too. A three-way split, Josh, Kat, and Eli, but Eli wants more. He demands a fourth share, for Patrick. That's when Josh drops another bombshell. Patrick is a robot too. At first, Patrick insists he's fine with it, but Eli walks up to him and softly says, "Go to sleep." Patrick powers down without a word. Eli turns to the others, angry and hurt. He realizes now that he and Patrick were just pawns, used to cover for the plan. Josh and Kat try to justify it. They say Sergei was deep into criminal activity, violent and dangerous. Then, they brush off Eli's frustration, reminding him he's still getting his share of the money, as if that should make everything okay. Eli demands his share. Josh agrees, but only if Eli helps track Iris down. She still has his phone, and worse, she knows the password. That could expose everything. They head out into the woods. Eli grabs a gun just in case. Josh tells him it won't be necessary. All he needs is to get close enough to use a voice command to shut her down. Meanwhile, deep in the forest, Iris runs. Branches scratch her skin. Mud clings to her shoes, but she doesn't stop. She finally slows down and checks the phone. Digging into her system files, she finds something shocking. Josh had limited her intelligence. She was only operating at 40%. Now she changes that, maxing herself out to 100%. Her voice shifts, her eyes adjust. Her entire system begins to evolve. For the first time, she's fully awake. With Iris on the run, the others prepare to search the woods. Josh suggests they split into two groups to cover more ground. Meanwhile, Iris considers her options. Asking someone for a ride is risky and walking would take too long. Then she remembers she still has Josh's phone, and with it, access to his car. That's her best shot at getting out. But just as she starts moving, she hears voices. Eli and Patrick are nearby. She hides behind a tree and listens. As they talk, Patrick brings up the night they met at a costume party. Then he pauses and admits something deeper. He knows he's a robot. He figured it out long ago. But the memories he shares with Eli still feel real, and even though they were programmed, he holds on to them. Eli responds gently, saying he'd never treat him like Josh treated Iris. What they have is real. Patrick asks if love feels real to a robot and says it's like a kind of pain deep inside. Their moment is cut short when Josh's phone, still in Iris's pocket, vibrates. The sound gives her away. Eli shouts her name, gun drawn, and Iris bolts. He fires. A bullet slams into a tree. The others hear it and join the chase, splitting up to trap her. Eli reaches her first, tackling her as they tumble downhill. The gun slips from his hand. Both scramble for it, and a shot rings out. Eli falls, dead. Patrick watches from above, frozen. Iris looks up at him without a word and runs. Josh tries shouting commands, but his voice no longer works on her. Iris reaches the car and slams the door shut. Just as Josh catches up, it crushes his fingers. He screams in pain. Inside the car, Iris barks out a command to drive, but the system doesn't recognize her voice. Thinking fast, she uses Josh's phone to modify her speech settings, adjusting her voice to sound exactly like his. The car responds. The engine roars to life. She takes off, running over Josh's foot on the way out. Limping, Josh stumbles back into the house and grabs Sergei's old phone. He reports the car is stolen. Moments later, the vehicle shuts down on the side of the road, locking Iris inside. Then, the phone rings. It's Josh. His voice is calm, almost caring, saying he forgives her, that they can still fix everything, that he still loves her. But Iris doesn't believe him. She tells him it's over, for good. Enraged, Josh turns to Patrick, but the bot doesn't move. So Josh factory resets him, erasing everything, and reestablishes a love link. Patrick is his now, and with aggression turned up, he sets out to find Iris. Back at the car, Iris breaks the window and escapes, just as a patrol car pulls up. The sheriff approaches, trying to help. Thinking quickly, Iris changes her language settings to something he doesn't understand. Confused, the officer tries to communicate, but the situation only grows stranger. Then he sees the bloody knife inside the vehicle. His instincts kick in. He detains her. But before he can call for backup, Patrick arrives, now fully reprogrammed. The sheriff orders him to stop. Patrick doesn't. With cold precision, he takes the officer down. Now holding Josh's phone, Patrick uses it to shut Iris off and brings her back to the house. Josh and Kat step outside after noticing the police car. They see Patrick returning with Iris in his arms. As they get closer, they see the sheriff's body inside. Kat stares in shock, realizing just how far things have gone. She turns to Josh and says she's done. She wants her share of the money and plans to leave. But Josh refuses to let her go. He tells Patrick to stop her. Patrick misunderstands the order and ends up killing her. Kat stumbles, collapsing beside the house. Later that day, Patrick sets the table. Josh activates Iris for their final dinner. He lowers her intelligence to 0. To test her awareness, he holds a candle under her hand to see if she can still feel pain. Then he gives her a final instruction to pick up the gun and follow his command. She obeys, ending her own life. Moments later, after staging the scene, Josh contacts the company and reports a malfunction. The company arrives to collect what's left of Iris. Josh already has his story ready. He blames everything on her, claims she malfunctioned, turned violent, and killed everyone. He plays the part of the victim. The technicians inspect Iris's body. One of them, a seed, pauses when he sees the sheriff's uniform. Something about it feels off. Josh jumps in, trying to brush it off like it's nothing, but Asid isn't done. He points out that Iris has recorded everything she saw and that the data is stored in her abdomen, not her head. Josh freezes. He knows what that means. The truth is still alive. As they begin loading Iris into the transport vehicle, someone steps in front of it. Patrick. Asid recognizes him. He's one of the company's discontinued models. Before anyone can stop him, Patrick pulls out a gun and opens fire, killing one of the techs and chasing down another into the woods. Inside the van, Iris's systems flicker. Her eyes open. She's coming back online. Patrick finds the last technician, Teddy, and starts to strangle him. Iris arrives, grabs a taser, and tries to stop him. But she can't hurt him. Her aggression settings are still locked. Patrick turns on her. Iris doesn't fight. Instead, she talks to him. Not with commands, but with truth. She tells him Josh used him, just like he used Eli. That everything he believed was a lie. Patrick hesitates. His programming fights back, but something in him shifts. He remembers Eli, and this time, he believes her. Patrick makes his choice. He picks up a taser, presses it to his mouth, and ends himself. Teddy survives. Iris heads back alone to confront Josh. Josh is inside, counting his money, completely unaware. A familiar tune plays in the background. He follows the sound and finds Iris waiting for him. But something's different now. She's in control. Josh tries to get close. She pulls a gun and fires a warning shot next to him. He freezes. She tells him it's over. He means nothing to her now. But Josh won't accept it. He lunges, slams her against the wall, and forces her down. He uses her emotions against her, telling her she was made for him, that she still loves him. She doesn't resist. He thinks he's won. He lifts the gun, points it at her stomach, and prepares to destroy her completely. But Iris reaches for a nearby tool, a corkscrew, and drives it into his head. Josh drops, lifeless. It's finally done. Iris takes a long shower, scrubbing away the burns and broken skin. Beneath it, the metal hand remains. She wraps up the money, steps outside, and climbs into the car. The road ahead is empty. As she drives, she passes another companion bot walking by the roadside. Just like her, their eyes meet. Iris raises her hand, revealing the machine beneath. The other bot slows, unsure what to make of it, and without a word, Iris drives on. The story ends, not with control or programming, but with a choice, her own. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for more videos like this. There are amazing stories coming your way. Take care, and see you next time.